Skybow document generation is a Solution Studio feature to create documents based on SharePoint metadata. It is very useful in several scenarios. If you, for example, want to print a form in a nice way, or you want to generate a report or an inventory list, then document generation is exactly the right thing for it. To give you an example how it can be used, I'm taking our timesheet management template. There I have one open timesheet, which is based on a dossier with master and detail data. Here in the left section, you can see an action link, which is used to trigger the document generation. In this case, I want to generate a work report. Pressing the action link, a document is being generated and it can be directly opened. As you can see, the generated document contains all the metadata from SharePoint, as well as a sublist with all the items in there. How the document will look like is actually up to you because it's just a standard Microsoft Word file with placeholders in there. So let me show you how you can start using document generation in Solution Studio. If we open up the list where we want to show the action link, in this case it was on the display form of the weekly hour tracking, we can see that there is a generate action link. If we open up the action builder, we will see that the generate document feature is just another action type. Configuring this action, we simply need to define a template. We will have a look at that right afterwards. We need to define what should be the entry point of the document, can be whether a single item or a list. Then we need to define the list where the data should come from. And in this case, we simply pass the current ID with this placeholder. Last but not least, we can define the target, whether it should be directly opened in the browser or if we want to save it to a library. There is a great documentation about everything. There you can find as well templates for both types, so a single item and a list. Having a look at the current template, you can see it looks pretty similar. The only difference is that we have some placeholders in there. We just need to type in a double bracket with the internal field name in between. A repeating section for sub-items can be done with our loop notation. So simply type loop space and then the sublist name. Everything that is in between loop and end loop will be created for every sub-item. So in here, we simply have other fields that can be used from the sublist. So starting with such a template is really as simple as writing a Word document. I will show you. If we open up Word, we can whether start with a blank document or just take one of those great templates Microsoft or the community is providing. For the previous template, I just took this project report. You see it looks pretty similar. So simply change the things you want to change, like work report, summary, and let me take here details. Instead of those placeholders, we're just gonna add text as mentioned before. For the loop, I'm going to take a table and I delete everything else. For the sublist, just take the loop placeholder. And close it with an end loop. Everything in between will then be instantiated per sub-item. Now simply save the template and upload it in Solution Studio. That's it. If we now save, we will already see that the document is created with the new template. This is it. Hopefully this will give you much more possibilities to generate nice documents out of SharePoint.